coach Ryan Montgomery, receivers coach at Fern Creek High School in Louisville. He's also part of the group that runs Kentucky Indiana Alliance for Athletes. They're having a showcase, the Bluegrass Showcase, March the 29th in Frankfort, Kentucky, at the Kentucky State University. Coach, thanks for joining us today, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Well, tell us a little bit about it, man.
The Bluegrass Showcase, the Bluegrass Showcase and Skills Challenge is something that we brought here about 3 years ago. The first one was held at Fern Creek High School, had a good turnout, and the biggest emphasis in the showcase is just giving kids an opportunity to pretty much prepare themselves for camps that go on in June. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to come off like we're giving scholarships or anything like that. Just more so like a warm-up process. Last year we had it at King Louis, had a pretty decent turnout, had a nice turnout and everything like that. And then this year, there was granted opportunity that I thought I would never get or we would never get, which is holding a showcase at Kentucky State University, which is, you know what I'm saying, also my alma mater. So on the 29th, you know what I'm saying, as we say at K-State, we're going to put on a show on the yard.
Yes, sir. Now, Coach, man, we were at your showcase last year at King Louis, man. I mean, hey, a great turnout for the conditions that we were under COVID and everything. You guys are probably one of the first ones to actually come out and do something. You know, it was a who's who. Chad Pennington's son was there. I mean, y'all had Benny Anthony from Mayo. Now, I mean, we were walking around and it was like a who's who of Kentucky recruits were there at this showcase, man. So I just want to say congratulations on what you're doing for a big thing and putting on something to get the kids ready for camp, Coach. Appreciate
that. Yeah, I mean, last year was you can say a stepping stone in the right direction, because the first year we did it, we had some highlights out there as far as the Kentucky area. But the biggest thing was we had some young men come down from Detroit, Michigan, from the Sound Mind, Sound Body program. And they, you know what I'm saying, in a sense, kind of had the stars, the highlights of the camp. You know what I'm saying? Rivals was there, wrote about some of the kids, and 247, so on and so on. But last year was pretty much like, you know what I'm saying, Kentucky's in the building. Nobody can come on our grass, come on our land, and pretty much outshow us. And so that was a huge, huge thing that we emphasized after the last showcase. We're like, we need more kids from Kentucky to come out, showcase their skills. You know what I'm saying? We know that there's other camps going on at Purdue and Ohio State that kids want to participate in, but you know what I'm saying, come get your feet wet, compete against some of the best in the state, if not the best in the state, and you know, who knows what might happen. So yeah, it was a great turnout. I think we had like 280 kids or something like that. Media all over the place. We had a DJ, of course, but Mr. Havel and everybody at King Louis, they opened their doors up and gave us an opportunity to pretty much put on something that nobody else thought would happen. Like you mentioned, with the COVID situation, we went back and forth for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks as far as like what to do and how to do it. And we pulled it off, and the kids had fun, and you know what I'm saying, Kentucky stood up and showed what they had.
It was a good thing, like Coach Shuck said, you all were the first ones to do this. Everybody had the mask on, had social distance, kept everybody safe, saying no one got sick. So that was big. Shout out to you and your group. Now, my question to you, Coach, is also, is this open to everybody? Would you recommend this for the kid who's probably, I guess, sophomore, still trying to find his way? Would you recommend this for him, you know, to see what it is and what he needs to do to improve on himself?
Absolutely. I'm a firm believer in, you know what I'm saying, you don't know what's going to happen unless you put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? It's like taking, a lot of people talk about the ACT test and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, you can do all the ACT prep you want to, but you don't know what it's going to be like to take the ACT test unless you take the ACT test. And so you're not going to know what it's like to go to a camp, no matter if you're a sophomore that's unsure about what you want to do, or if you are a sophomore and you're a stud, or you're presumed to be a stud or whatnot, then get out there. Because every camp is ran differently, but you know what I'm saying, you won't know that unless you get into that camp setting. And so I recommend it for anybody. I mean, even if it's a freshman that or eighth grader, even though you can't participate, come find out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of wasting your money going to a camp that might cost $80-$90 and then standing around because you're in shell shock or whatnot, come to the showcase, see the environment, see the drills, listen to what the coaches are saying. So that way you can go home and maybe practice those drills, because it's not anything that we're going to be doing that's like a hidden secret. You know what I'm saying? They're all football drills. So even if a young man's like, man, I don't know if I want to participate, it might be too many people. Okay, so what? Come to K-State, sit in the bleachers, see the drills we're doing, go home and do them yourself. I mean, it's the same thing. Then you're prepared for a camp that might happen in June or camp that might happen in July. Or, you know what I'm saying, if you're a sophomore, you just wait until we go back and have another one next spring. Come out there, and who knows, you might be ready.
Now, we're going to bring on your partner, Mr. Carlos Collins. You know, you guys have been doing a lot of stuff as far as trying to help get these kids in college. I know you've done showcases. You do the P2P 707, man. So let's bring on Carlos, man, and just kind of talk about what's been going on with you guys and how you're helping to advance these Kentucky and Indiana recruits.
What's going on, man? We got Coach Collins joining us today as well, man. He does a lot of training with P2P training. He's also part of the alliance here. Man, both of you all something. So I know last year you had hoped to get your bus tour going. Of course, COVID hit and didn't do that. Are you all looking to start that back up this year?
Yeah, we have a calendar of dates as far as the bus tour goes, man, and the potential camps. But we're really at the mercy of the schools. We have some I guess you say some tentative dates, tentative prices, and all that good stuff. But
the bus tours and college camps. So everybody's still up in the air. I mean, everybody want to do it, but it's the mercy of the NCAA right now. We just got to play it by ear.
So now tell us kind of, you know, we got the showcase going on. It's big that y'all having this at K-State, man. What's some of the stuff, you know, maybe some pointers for kids that's looking to come to this camp and showcase that they might need to help them have a great showcase?
The biggest thing right now is just, you know what I'm saying, make sure you get enough rest, you know what I'm saying, because obviously the weather is up and down here in Kentucky, but the main thing is making sure you get enough rest. If you can work out, and look at some stuff on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We can't personally train all the kids in the state, but the main thing is just to see if you can be prepared for what's going to happen. Look up some stuff on YouTube, do the drills. Truth be told, the football aspect of it, the catching the football and everything like that, you know what I'm saying, go to Walmart, get your own football. You know what I'm saying? You might want to get a teammate and go out, stuff like that. But, man, you can go to Walmart, get your own tools for a couple of dollars and pretty much perfect everything. But the main thing is diet, you know what I mean, getting enough rest. I mean, I know it's hard right now because of NTI and everybody's up and down. But for me, that'd be my advice is make sure you rest up, look up stuff on YouTube, try to practice it, emulate it if you can. And then just get ready to have some fun and don't panic.
I'll piggyback what Ryan said. The main, because I do some personal training is continue to work on your flexibility. There's gonna be a lot of running, a lot of move, a lot of change direction. At the end of the day, we try to make sure the kids walk away healthy. Because it's just like I said, one of the platforms to get you ready for the season. And like Ryan said, continue to master your craft, master your position, do position drills, do stuff that's going to increase, your footwork and hand-eye coordination, just so you be ready. Because I don't know Ryan want me to say this though, but it's dogs coming down. It's a big-time competition coming down. Some high and mighty, 4 or 5 stars coming down ready to compete. So you got to be ready. So it's just a matter of, just like I said, putting your body in position to get ready to win.
Now, you guys have been big on trying to, up the profile of the state of Kentucky, man. What can we do to, talk about recruiting as far as in Kentucky? I know one thing is D1, a lot of people have their eyes and minds set on D1, but, with the COVID and, scholarship numbers and people's getting extra years, it's really going to be a trickle-down effect. So how can we get these kids to be more interested in our FCSs and D2 programs and that type of stuff?
I mean, it's all about the process, man. You got to understand everybody's process is different. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these kids, they don't really grasp that. You know what I'm saying? Your process isn't going to be like the next kid's process. And so then you got to come down to a situation of, man, you want to go to school for free or do you want to pay? You know what I'm saying? Football is football. You know what I'm saying? I played at Kentucky State and Los played at UK. But the main thing about it is, man, you get out there, football is football. You know what I'm saying? The UK might be a little bit bigger, maybe a tad bit faster, but at the end of the day, if you execute, do what you're supposed to do, no matter what level you at, you'll be okay. So I how to get them more interested, just get them to understand that free education is a free education. You know what I'm saying? That's the basics of it. Yes, everybody has NFL dreams or CFL dreams and all that stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's about getting a degree. So what do you want to do? Do you want to graduate with all kind of loans, or do you want to graduate with a potential, you know what I'm saying, maybe loans if you go to a Division II program like a Kentucky State or Kentucky Wesleyan or Central State or something like that? Or do you want to put yourself in a position where you might go to a UK, U of L, and you might walk on, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, and you're sitting a bench for 4 or 5 years, and you're paying for school. The interest is more so about seeing the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? What do you really want to do? Do you want to play ball and be in debt? Or you want to play ball and have fun? So that for it, because I played D2 ball. That's my view on it. Lois might have a different view on it because, you know, you're talking to an SEC guy right there. I ain't never walked in them shoes before, so I don't know what those shoes like. But for me, it just came down to, you know what I'm saying, hey, what I want to go to school for free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to play on ESPN and all that stuff like that. But, I mean, you're going to play ball no matter what. No matter, you know what I'm saying? It's 53 to third, you know what I'm saying? So who cares? But talk to the SEC guy. He might have more insight on that.
Man, I agree with you 100%, man. Free is free. But the biggest thing that Kentucky guys got to understand is you got to separate yourself from everybody else. And one of the pitfalls that happen with a lot of 21 guys, I mean, not just here, but across the United States, is academics. A lot of these guys put themselves in bad positions because of the academics. And we trust me, we understand the NCI is mentally draining, it's mentally tough, but you got to figure out how to get over that. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to go to school or impress the school or impress the coach, you got to take care of the major piece, which is academics. People don't fail to realize you can take your academic money as high as your academic, man, and still get you a scholarship. And the balance will still be zero, no matter what level you're playing at, Division 1, 2, 3, NAIA, so it doesn't matter. But the biggest hurdle we need to continue to improve on is the academic piece. If you can play, you can play. One of the other things we talk about too is, man, just don't ignore coaches. A lot of these players, man, ignore coaches. They get a DM from a coach from another school they ain't never heard of, and just ignore them. Don't respond back to them or nothing. And do the research on some of these schools. Some of these schools, man, got some good programs. You know, being around Ryan as much as I've been, man, it's some D2 schools, D3 schools. Man, they got some better facilities than some of these D1 schools.
Yeah.
And they offer, you know, just as much. I mean, a sweatsuit's a sweatsuit. A warm-up's a warm-up. Free food is free food. Down the hall is down the hall. It's a matter of just going to school, man, and using your talents as best as you can, because, you know, if you want to go, and like Ryan said, sit for 4 years to go and be an All-American, or you can be All-American. So it all depends on taking advantage of any and every opportunity that you get, no matter where it's at.
Then my next question is, how do we get these programs to come here to Kentucky? You know, I know these showcases is big, what you all doing. Lowe's doing the 7-on-7, getting our kids out there is big. I mean, how do we get these programs in? Like, my son goes to Central State, and I feel like it was a young man here that played the LCA last year that could have played anywhere, but, you know, a lot of the big schools overlooked him. I mean, how can we get schools like that? Like these young men? Because as you all see, it's talent here.
I mean, truthfully, being outsiders, like I'm from Ohio, of course, Carlos is from Ohio. Being outsiders, man, it's all about putting kids on different platforms. I mean, you when you're in state, especially Kentucky. I mean, my guy George Durant is huge on research, and we bounce ideas off each other. One thing that he brought up when I first got here and met him was, you know, saying Kentucky is like the second or third most bordered state in the country. You know what I'm saying? Which is incredible that most people don't understand that. And then what you also have to put into that, as far as them being the most bordered state, well, one of the most bordered states, is think about how many colleges are close, not 5 hours away. But some of these schools, like your University of Indianapolis, the University of Indianapolis is an hour away. You know what I'm saying? Then you might say Tennessee State's a couple hours away. And then you say, I don't know, Lindenwood. You know what I'm saying? Those schools, the main thing is, you know what I'm saying, some of the kids, you have to put those kids on those different platforms. We try to do is take the kids on the bus tours, and even the 7-7 aspect with Carlos and Durant with GHE is they take the guys outside the region to the 7-on-7 tournaments in Tennessee, the 7-on-7 tournaments in Georgia, 7-on-7 tournaments in Michigan, and you highlight the kids. And also another thing is, just my opinion, is communicate with the coaches. You know what I'm saying? Because a perfect example is there was a coach from Ole Miss that was a receiver coach there. He ended up being a receiver coach at West Virginia State. I've known that coach for however many years. So when he got the receiver job at West Virginia State, he gave me a call like, hey, I'm closer now. I'm going to come recruit some kids in, Kentucky. But we have been keeping in contact since he was out at Ole Miss. Now he's the receiver coach or something like that at Louisiana Lafayette. Just that fast. But we still keep in contact. Now, will they recruit the kids in Kentucky? Who knows? I don't know. I'm saying, but the main thing is you got a contact that was there at that school. Just keep in contact. And I think that's one of the situations that some coaches forget about. You know what I'm saying? You may have a stud, you know what I'm saying? But that DB coach or that O-line coach that was at UK, they might leave and go somewhere else. Keep in contact with that coach. And like Lo said, the same thing with the kid. Because there was a young man a year ago, and I'm not going to name his name, but it was a young man a year or two ago who had received an offer from, I think, Western Michigan or something like that. And then the DB coach that was recruiting him left that school and went somewhere else. But the young man almost did keep in contact. Wishing they're like, hey, man, you stay in contact because the school he went to, the school the coach went to was a bigger school. Now you're talking about a Power 5 program that he's at. He waiting there going to West Virginia. And we're like, man, stay in contact because you never know. Same thing right now with the situation at EKU and the key coach leaving EKU, they going to Marshall. You know what I'm saying? You just got to keep in contact and just hit the platforms, man. You got to get these kids on different platforms. And that's another reason, again, I'm going to do my little selfish pub, but that's the reason why we're having a showcase at K-State, because a lot of people don't even know what K-State looks like. They live in Louisville. They live in Lexington, probably even live in Frankfurt. I don't know. But the main thing is, you put those kids on the platform, let them see those campuses, they might be like, I don't want to go nowhere else. This is it. No matter what the coach said, I'm going here. And so when the coach gets that vibe, he might offer them. So it's just platforms, man, put them in different positions to where they can be seen and evaluated by different coaches. I got you. Again, March 29th, Frankfort, Kentucky, the 2021 Kentuckiana Bluegrass Showcase and Skills Challenge. Come out. I mean, plain and simple, come out. You're going to get a chance to compete against some of the best in the Midwest. And not just the Kentuckiana area. This is a huge, huge opportunity for Kentucky State University and the young men in the state of Kentucky because it's going to attract a lot of attention. It will be live streamed. There will be college coaches on site. Obviously, with the recruiting process and the COVID and stuff like that, everybody asks that question. Will college coaches be there? Some will be there. Do we know who will be there? We don't know. But the main thing about it, man, to get back to the real part, the main thing about it is never pass up an opportunity to get better, never pass up an opportunity to compete. You know what I'm saying? These opportunities like this come far and near, especially since the situation we're in right now as far as COVID. And so March 29th, we're in Frankfort, Kentucky, you know what I'm saying, home of the fighting mighty thoroughbreds, you know what I'm saying? Because one of Kentucky's only HBCUs, they open up their doors to us, and you know what I'm saying, on behalf of Building Live Through Sports and Kentucky Alliance for Athletes, and man, we're privileged, we're honored, and as an alum of Kentucky State, I can't wait. I hope y'all can't either.
Yes, sir. Look like big things. Y'all make sure to check them out. Appreciate y'all, man.
Man, appreciate y'all.
That's up.
Hold on, Cole, man. Hey, we need Vince Merle. Vince Merle, you need to be in the building. Vince, come on out, big dog. We need you to show up, recruit some of these kids. Now, Coach Carlos, before you leave, man, can you take a out of shape dude up there and turn him into receiver? His 40 times terrible though. He's like a 5'2", 5'5". He's from Florida too. He must be from a different part of Florida. he's from the swamp or something because he ain't got no speed.
Hey, my hands is butter soft, baby, but I'm all right.
Hey, they using flex tight ends now these days. Ain't nobody receivers no more. So you put them in a flex tight end, man. They'll catch a couple passes.
Yeah, that's too much running for me.
I don't know if he can block anymore though. That's all I don't know if he can block anymore. He's terrible there. I don't know if he can block anymore. Hey man, appreciate you guys sitting down with me. It's always a pleasure chopping up with you all. Good luck for everything you're doing. We appreciate what you're doing for the state of Kentucky, man. It's big. We really appreciate it.